Why? Because we're at the fair?
Because we're at the fair, man. We are recording live or not live, depending on when you're listening to this.
Well, the week after we decided to always record our show,
yes,
we're live at the Minnesota State Fair.
We're live at the Minnesota State Fair at the Great Minnesota Get Together. I'm so excited. I can't even contain my excitement. I pulled up in this bus about an hour ago, and I got out, and I was like, I'm fucking here, man. It's 2015. Like, the energy is contagious, and there are a million people here right now
and
already.
The weather is
a
remarkable night here at the fair.
Insanely good, and I brought a first-time fairgoer here tonight. And Hi, that's Catherine. I'm not gonna make her talk if she doesn't want to, but I'm gonna make her drink another beer, and then maybe she'll talk. But we're live here. I'm so pumped. How are you doing?
Here we are at the fair. Have you eaten anything yet?
I haven't eaten because I haven't found any gluten-free stuff yet.
That's the tough thing at the old Minnesota, what a great get-together. It's all gluten, like extra gluten, actually.
Yeah,
it's like put more gluten in there.
That's the fun of life.
Yeah, jam that shit in there.
Wheat flour deep fried around different various objects.
Yeah. We'll find you something good to eat.
No, we will.
I'm on it.
We will. I'm not worried. And you know what? Actually, I have like my whole gluten-free at the State Fair, and then I have it all mapped out. But it takes a while. Like it takes a while to walk from place to place to place and get my favorite things. And
how many times a year do you go to the fair?
Probably 2 to 3.
2 to 3 every year.
I took a hiatus growing up for a little bit, and now I'm like back in full force, and I love it more as an adult and as a 21-year-old than I ever loved it as a teenager.
Oh, see, I look back at being 13 playing the arcade for 6 hours.
Different.
That was like the greatest thing ever.
That's 13. I'm not talking about like 17 was when I took my hiatus. Like my late teens to my you too?
I haven't been here since 1998.
Whoa!
NFC Championship
Welcome
game. Welcome
back, man.
Yeah, State Fair. It was fun. I was pretty young then, but I just don't deal with all the people and the fatties everywhere. And
the fatties and the people.
Oh, it's rough.
And there's nothing better than people watching at the Minnesota State Fair. I mean, I spent 7 years in a booth right behind us over at KSTP, and on the shows where I didn't have much to say, if I wasn't talking much, all I did was just sit and stare at the huge fatties, the hot women, and all the things in between. It was fun.
I'm so pumped.
Is that a pyro for Molly?
Oh,
nice.
Dude, where'd you get that?
They have it here.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. I thought I threw that in the notes that they have Burning Brothers.
That's perfect. Speaking of, we are at Cafe Caribe.
Cafe Caribe, I believe.
Cafe Caribe.
Yeah, in the promo it said Caribe.
Okay. And we are essentially at the end of the Midway. If you want to come here, it's a really fun spot because there are, it's like a big L-shaped kind of restaurant with plenty of bar space and plenty of food.
Awesome live music.
Awesome live music every single night, which you found by this sign right in front of us.
Have you not ever hung out at this bar here?
No, I have.
Okay, yeah.
I have.
I do every year.
But I don't like. I knew it was by the Midway, and then I second guessed myself. And then when you were like, well, there's no obvious.
Well, sitting at this table, I'm like, Star Tribune.
Okay, first of all,
3 blocks from the grandstand. I mean, how would that help?
For anyone that wants to come and drink at Cafe Caribe, we are a kitty corner from the French fry booth, a massive fresh French fry booth, and we are at the end of the mighty Midway, and not too far from the Minnesota grandstand, the State Fair grandstand. I don't know why couldn't you get me here?
I don't give State Fair directions.
He goes,
I'm not your guy for State Fair directions.
He goes, we're by turkey to go.
Which is the greatest fucking thing here, by the way, other than where we are.
Places.
What's that?
5 turkey to go places in all the State Fair. And
that was the first one. That was the original.
We're by the Pronto Pup booth.
The footlong corn dog booth. Where are you? Come and find me. No, sorry. Fucking deal with it. You know what I did? I did what you should have done in the first place and Googled that shit, and boom, you were here.
No, because you know what? I can get here and I can wander around for a little bit, and you're here. You were here for, and you can inform me, Jason, of where you are.
Like I said, I don't know streets. Do you know the streets?
Thank you, Patrick.
Would you know, honestly, I worked at KSTP for 7 years. I don't remember what street it's on.
That's why another one of these
Patrick
things,
or something, maybe?
You get the handy Minnesota State Fair map, and it has everything you need, as well as a key on the back with every single thing. So I finally found one of these with Catherine, and we looked up where to go, and we kind of ran into it.
We ran into it by accident, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, we did run into it by accident. I was like, let's go this way. And then I was like, here we are.
And here we are. We're out on the, basically, what would you say? We're out on the patio. I mean, it's not
it's a patio, pretty
I guess,
much.
okay, yeah. We're outside of the bar itself. You can obviously hear the live music in the background. But like I've said, I come in here every year. I love to sit here and just listen to live music for a couple of minutes. It's a nice spot to just sit down, have a couple of beers. They do have a bunch of beers on tap.
They do.
For those of you that are like me and you like a good craft beer, I mean, they got Fulton, they got Bell's, they got a couple different Bell's. They have the Burning Brothers Pyro, as we mentioned. We've had the brewers from them on, the all gluten-free brewery, local brewery. Surly, you've got a bunch of stuff out here, and that's just at this bar. So a lot of good beer out here at the State Fair.
Can I tell you our first experience? So we walk into the entrance by the buses, and we're over at the Blue Barn, which is a fucking awesome place if you love craft beer and good food and anyway. So visit the Blue Barn, but this guy's like, they have this free house beer that's mixed with, it tastes like apple pie, but it has cider and beer and apples and whatever.
Okay.
And I'm like, and he goes, well, it's not gluten-free, and he goes, but you know what? I think this is the only place in the fair that you're going to get an apple cider tasting drink. And I look at him and I go, okay, thanks, bro. And I was like, well, fucking see you later. Like, calling all the shots. I'm like, dude, no.
First day?
First
You can't
day.
be doing that on the first day. I'll give you on day 10, I know how it is. You hate everyone around you. But first day, you just got to deal with it. Jesus Christ.
This is the only place you can get this. So you're going to have to stop here and drink this here.
Well, that's become the thing here, though. I mean, like last year you had the s'mores beer, and like it literally had a marshmallow in it. And what was the other? There was a blueberry, like a frozen blueberry or lemonade beer. And now that's kind of become the thing out here. Is you got to be the specific spot, be the only like exclusive spot where you can get a certain beer. And I'm okay with that, though. I like that about the fair. I like that we've turned this into a craft beer kind of extravaganza.
No, it's only natural. You know, the fair, the best thing about the fair is that it keeps the traditions alive. The things that need to be kept stay here. And then the things that need to be, you know, kind of brought up to the times, like beer, drinks, and food, it's always evolving, and that's the best part about it. Okay.
Have you been to the new brew spot, by the way, where all the tastings are? I think I sent you a link, or maybe it was even in the link you sent me.
With the flights?
Well, yeah, you can go in there, you can taste. I think they have at least 50 different breweries or something this year.
Thank you. I have multiple beers now. Catherine brought me a Red Apple Ale, and I now, okay.
And you have a Pyro too?
Yep.
Are you getting wasted already or what? Or are you just trying to catch up to me?
I'm trying to catch up to you. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a Summit. I'm going St. Paul's, you know, staple. Why not?
Straightforward.
I mean, of all the beers here, which I said they do a bunch of craft beers, my favorite probably actually is the Bell's Two Hearted, but I can't drink it because it's unfiltered and it gives me the worst hangovers ever.
Bell's Two Hearted gives you the worst hangovers
Worst
ever?
hangovers ever. It's a great beer, but I don't know if I have an allergy or something, but there's something that's in that because it's unfiltered. I swear that's what it is. There's a few IPAs that are unfiltered that do not sit well with me.
Isn't Bell's Two Hearted the only beer that has a 100 rating? 100 out of 100. 100 out of 106.
What, on Beer Advocate or something?
Beer Advocate.
No, I think there's a few, but yes, it's one of the few. There's
few.
probably 5 to 10 beers, I think, at 100.
Okay. Catherine, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Bell's Oberon.
Oh, see, that's another good one.
Yeah,
Bell's Two Hearted.
that's like my go-to.
Yeah.
I love
the solid seasonal.
I love Oberon.
Solid choice by Catherine. First time at the State Fair, she's already doing it right. She's not fucking this up.
Have you ever had to work out here?
No. Have you ever had to work out here besides the KCP booth?
I worked out here at Peter's Hot Dogs when I was 16 in the food building, when I was 16, that's what, 1996. That fucking building was the hottest place I've ever been in my life. I know, I'm very old. But that is maybe one of the worst jobs ever, too. I mean, fun for a 16-year-old, I guess, but selling hot dogs in a 150-degree building, yeah, not really what it's all about.
I feel like when it comes to labor laws, like the Minnesota State Fair throws out the window. I'm not throwing them under the bus. I don't want to like sue the Minnesota State Fair. I'm just saying when it comes down to it, when you have 500,000 people and a small space and many people working with a hot kitchen, you're gonna hit about 110 degrees. And you're going to have some people passing out, and that's just inevitable.
And you're going to have kids like me working.
And you're going to have 13-year-olds slinging hot dogs for 10 hours a day. And there's no way you can avoid that.
This place is like if you've ever worked in a restaurant. Once you work in a restaurant, the restaurant never looks the same because you've been in the back of the house, so it's a workplace to you. The fair to me has kind of become the same way a little bit in that I worked here so many years because with the radio job that it almost felt like a chore, and it took a few years for that to go away.
It does. It takes a while, and that's unfortunate. I hope that people. That's why I'm like, all right, if you're gonna come here and you're gonna interact with all these different booth people. The booth people. That's
Coming out the booth?
The booth.
Do you know that
people.
reference, by the way? Adam Sandler?
No, what movie? What shitty movie?
Oh, we're talking
Adam
like
Sandler movie is that from?
1993's. Like he had a music CD.
Oh my God,
It was actually it wasn't a music CD. He had a couple of songs on it, but
Did you get the footlong corn
Footlong.
Footlong. Yep.
Yep, footlong. Yep.
Speaking of footlongs, we got to touch on this really quick. Jared goes to prison. You got anything to say about that?
Dude.
Every meme out there, you want the 6-inch or the footlong?
So how many more jokes can we make about Subway and child pornography?
No, it's not about child pornography. It's about that guy is
his
going to die in
disgusting
prison.
Dick.
He's going to die in prison. Do you
might
think he's
die
going
in
to survive?
prison.
He's got 5 years.
I don't know.
And how did he only get 5 years, by the
Wait.
way?
He only has 5 years in prison?
Well, he's got the best lawyer ever, probably. But he's down to 5 years. Like it was something like up to 40 counts, and they pleaded down to 5 years. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's fucked up. It's very fucked up. But I honestly think he's one of those guys that might not make it out.
I didn't know that.
He's going to be another Dahmer. He's going to be... He's going to
you
have
know,
a rough time.
I was just thinking about it. You never really hear about the dudes who die in prison. Like, you don't really hear about them.
No, because there's zero sympathy for child rapists and all that. That's why you don't hear about it.
That's true. So there's
you know what I mean? Like, it's not a news story. Although, wouldn't it be kind of a positive news story? Like, hey, by the way, child rapists raped to death in prison today.
These gang members took care of that fucking sicko.
Yeah, Crips do a thing that's good for once. Like, it'd be awesome. I think maybe we should flip this around. You make this into the anti-pedophilia shit, and you also Hey, I've always said this: the death penalty should be entertainment. And if we're going to have it, I don't think we should have it. But if you're going to, it should be entertainment, like it was in the Roman days.
Like when you used to just hang people, and everyone would just be like, the slow clap.
Guillotine in France with the
Or
revolution.
people could come and watch the electric chair. Well, you can actually still watch someone get
you can still fucking do
lethal injection, which is pretty fucked up. I would never want to do that.
No, why would you ever put yourself through that? But
I don't know. I think it.
We do watch the NFL, and that's all about pain and suffering too. Really, we like watching that.
Yeah, but no one's really dying, and they're making $50 million a year, so you can't really feel bad for them.
All right, maybe not the best analogy I've ever made.
Not the best analogy you've ever made, Jason.
What well, okay. Is Patrick getting us some fucking food, by the way? Since we're at Cafe Carib and
you're so sassy tonight.
Well, I said 2 hours ago.
I don't
want to eat on the air. I want to eat beforehand and talk about the food,
Dude,
and we never did it.
That's the best part of it. Tro's sitting here sucking down his footlong.
He's getting you some food right now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Well, we'll obviously
have to eat on air. Like we have to.
And
There's
we're going
no way
to
around
obviously
it.
talk about it on the
We
air.
have to eat
So we'll get to that
We
later.
have to eat on air, and that's it. That's all that it comes. Okay, but really, have you read any of the new State Fair foods that are out this year? And are you going to try any of them? Like a couple of years, it was like the big thing were lamb balls. Like legitimately, they took lamb testicles.
That was the big thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing. And you know what? They're fucking delicious. And they're over at the bazaar. So if you still want lamb balls, you can get them. They're deep fried.
If you still want them,
little
because
baby
you've been
lamb
just dying
testicles.
for them.
And I don't think the lambs died for them. I think they were just like castrated.
Also, it's putting things to good use.
Yeah. So it's like if you're a vegetarian.
Lamb balls served.
They bread them in like a spicy ball paste, and then they deep fry it, and then you dip it in like a tzatziki, and then you eat it.
Okay,
like
so it's a little bit
balls.
Euro-ish. It's trying to.
No. It's like little balls, like cheese curd sized balls.
Okay, deep fried in batter.
Deep fried in in a batter, but it's gluten free.
Of course, got a Minnesota ferret. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gluten free, and you just kind of fucking dip it in there.
That's
dip it in there.
I don't think that's doing it for me.
We got a guy with a Blue Moon shirt here. That's our sponsor.
Sponsor of Live and Social.
Where are you from, dude? Oh, you got a smoke break going on?
Yeah.
Nice. What's your shirt?
I work right across the street.
At the Blue Moon
Cafe.
Cafe. Okay.
Yeah, we do movies.
Oh, yeah, I've had breakfast over
food, whatever you need. Get out. You know, if your dogs are barking, it's a good place to sit down.
Yeah. Are you? If your dogs are barking. Have you
literally, Molly,
already been drinking on your first day at the fair?
No, I'm working. I'm not drinking.
Oh, you're working. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fun. Are you going to be here for?
Oh, you guys are drinking.
We're drinking.
Well, I'll be drinking later.
Okay.
Just not right now.
When's your shift over?
Soon-ish.
Oh, good.
Ish.
Good.
So,
Are you
guys
here?
enjoying yourselves?
Yeah. Are you here for all 11 days?
I'll be here.
All right. Good.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
Just today for this, I think.
We'll be here
actually.
more though.
But I'll be here at
Cool.
least 3
We'll
times.
come
3 or
visit
4
you.
times.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Perfect.
You guys have a great night.
Thank
man.
you. You
Cheers.
too. Happy State Fair, bro.
God, I love live podcasting. That's it right there in a nutshell. Why don't we mention something, because we don't do this enough, and we usually rely on Patrick, who's still not here, getting us some food, thankfully. But we don't talk about the network enough, and
We don't. No.
We've actually the one that I'm going to tell you about right now is actually pretty sweet, because it's got a name that you're going to know for sure. It's for you. Are you the outdoorsy type? Are you the hunter type?
I am.
Are you? I know you're always out there. You always talk about your
I'm
rifles.
always outdoors.
And you're
No, I'm not. No,
you're-
I'm not the
you're not-
hunter. I'm the no, you asked me 2 different
Outdoorsy
questions.
type, that's
Are
what
you the
we're
outdoorsy type or are you the hunter type? I'm the outdoorsy type.
All right, you're supposed to be ahead of me on this, not behind me. Outdoorsy is leading toward hunting and fishing. So, again, probably not up your alley.
I think
not
someone
up
just
my
took a
alley either.
photo of us and she doesn't even know us.
Here's the thing: if you have headphones and a microphone, you're a celebrity. I've signed autographs, for
Catherine.
Christ's sake. Think about that.
Catherine.
I have signed autographs, so anyone could be a celebrity. That's proof
You
of
have
that.
not signed autographs.
Oh yeah. When Mishki and I would do the shows out here, I would sign autographs during every commercial break.
Jason Mishke's producer.
No, I'd put Speed, which is the most useless thing in the world, because that was my nickname. Anyway, as I'm trying to tell you about a show here on the Live and Social
I'm
Network.
sorry.
I think we just announced this yesterday or today.
Okay.
But if you consider yourself, the outdoorsy type, hunter, angler, you need to check out the newest member of our network, the Live and Social family, The 4 Outdoorsmen. It's a sports show that mixes fun stories, interviews with the biggest names in the outdoors industry. The 4 Outdoorsmen is hosted by a guy you've heard on KQ for years. You know Brian Zepp, right? You've heard that name for years.
Brian
You've heard
Zepp.
those.
He's
is it
great.
dulcet tones? Is that how you're supposed to put it?
I don't know.
He's got the radio voice. And
does.
at
Brian
KQ,
Zepp has a great voice.
You don't have more reverb at any local radio station than KQ, so it makes everybody sound that much better, too.
Right.
But you got Brian Zepp and his voice. You got Stu Boomer, and his producer, Mark. And you get the latest news, reports, and opinions for all things outdoors from the 4 Outdoorsmen. That's the name of the podcast. To learn more, visit aliveandsocial.com. Why don't we take our first break? We are
Perfect.
live at, look at this. Perfect timing. We'll eat some food.
Yay.
We'll come back and tell you all about it as we are live at Cafe Carib at the Minnesota State Fair, the Minnesota Pubcast.
To the wall, gone, a home run for Sano.
Twins Tuesday is fantastic at Floyd's in Victoria.
The ball drilled to the left field corner.
Sure, we'll run down the numbers with our all-star lineup of baseball brainiacs, but we also party it up on the patio.
And there's another home run for the Twins into the second level.
There's music, food, and fun at Floyd's in Victoria every Twins Tuesday. We'd love to see you there. Or listen along to Twins Tuesday, part of the Alive and Social Network. Twins Tuesday. It's fantastic at Floyd's.
The term foodie can sometimes come across as a tickle pretentious. BT and Lydia are here to demystify the term and reclaim it for the sake of good food. Their weekly podcast brings in fellow foodies and culture creators from the Twin Cities to talk about all things food. Find this duo only on the Alive and Social Network.
Hey everybody, my name is Joan Vorderbruggen, and I want you to tune into my new weekly podcast, Joan of Art, on the Alive and Social Network. Each week on Joan of Art, we will interview some of the most talented artists from across poets. There's going to be something for everybody. You won't believe some of the things people are making.
598,000 light brights.
Tacumba created the world's largest light bright.
Right.
So I know that there's a piece that you're working on.
It's called How to Have Fun in a Civil War. A friend of mine is like, you're bringing Civil War to the state fair.
You can find the Joan of Art podcast at www.aliveandsocial.com or look on Facebook for Joan of Art podcast. Tune in weekly to Joan of Art as we investigate and celebrate people who make art.
Hey, this is Terry.
And Tracy.
We are going to be starting a new podcast here in Minneapolis called Eat This, Twin Cities. Why don't you tell everybody what that actually means?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a weekly show on food, drink, music, events, and just other randomness. Anything great that's going on in the Twin Cities.
Plus, we're going to be doing some giveaways as well. That's right, prizes. People love prizes.
It'll be a ton of fun. Join us.
Tell us where they can find the podcast.
All right. It is eatthisTwinCities.com, or you can check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/eatthisTwinCities.
So until next time, eat this, Twin Cities.
We're back. Jason's chowing down food. Hey, Patrick.
Yes,
Do
Molly.
we shoot these like a...
Yeah, I thought we would get some forks, but I'll grab some. But that's gumbo. It's gumbo here with some white rice, right from the Cafe Carib here at the State Fair.
Okay, I'm gonna use. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm gonna use my potato chip to dip.
Our buddy Andy, he's the owner here, and he hooked us up with a feed bag of some great stuff. The lobster roll. How was that,
I
Jason?
tried the lobster roll. It's awesome. I just tried the crab cakes. They're awesome. I need to dig into those wings at some point here.
Yeah, they got buffalo
Catherine,
wings.
you need the other half of this lobster roll. You should eat that.
There's buffalo wings, and then there's jerk wings too, and then the buffalo shrimp. So
Is that a second foot-long corn dog?
No,
or
that's
is
still
that
the first one, right?
Still his first. We eating here? We kind of went through it a little bit, but you guys cook basically all kinds of food.
Yeah, I got a lobster roll. I got some jambalaya, gumbo, crab cakes, jerk chicken wings, buffalo chicken wings, and buffalo shrimp. It looks like.
Oh, you guys, the jambalaya is awesome.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. How long you been here at the fair? You've owned this building since what, 88?
Not quite. My dad started about 18 years ago. This is our 18th year. And he's been out at the fair for a long time. 1969, he was selling psychedelic toys and candles.
Oh, my gosh. So you grew up here.
Oh, yeah. Since I was 10 years old, I've been working here every day.
And how long has your dad been retired and living in the islands somewhere?
A few years now. He was in the bar restaurant industry and gave that up a few years ago and kind of just sticks with this.
Wow.
What a great thing to work 12
absolutely.
days a year. I mean, you can make good money doing that, right? I mean,
Sorry?
You still make good money 12 days a year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can live off of this. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you should, by the way, because trying all this food, I can see why you've been in business this long.
And quickly, not to hijack the show here, but where can we find Cafe Carib?
Cafe Carib is outside the Midway, kind of across the street from the grandstand and next to the DNR building.
Nice. You got a nice selection of beer. We had some Summit, some Coors Light. Molly had a gluten-free beer, which was pretty tasty, it looks. So,
yeah.
Well, thanks for hosting us here. Kind of hijacking the show. I'm not really the host, but
no, thank you so much for letting
they're
us
shoving
here,
their faces over there with Cafe
the hosts
Carib.
are
It's a filler. I got my mouth full.
Thank
Exactly.
you. The food is amazing. Thanks, dude.
Sorry about
I
that,
just
guys.
gave him the weird, politician thumbs up. Like the straight arm with the thumb. Okay.
Yeah, we got Grant here. He's a bartender out here. He works here every day of the fair, basically.
I just took a bite, so give her the other half.
Can I have a bite of the lobster roll?
Yeah, go at it.
This lobster
food,
roll looks
seriously,
amazing.
Is unbelievable.
Hey, Grant, you want to get a couple pictures of these guys just mowing down this food?
What's crazy about the fair, too, is when you can make food this good, but you can mass produce it like they do.
I don't even know. Catherine, get in here, too.
I
If you
need
want
more.
anything,
I
let
need
me
more
know.
crab cakes. God damn! I knew I would just want to eat now. Like now, I just want to eat.
Yeah, and the guy
I want
whipped those
the show
up
to be eating
like
now.
You
30
weigh like
seconds.
110 pounds. Please.
Yeah, I
eat.
know. I obviously don't eat much, so when I do, God, this is.
You're
awesome.
acting all guilty about it.
No, I say do it on the air because I hate listening to it.
Yeah, I told him I was going to bring out some food. He's like, not on the air. Not.
hate
not
eating
why
on the
I'm
air.
alive.
I am not
so.
common man.
And
I cannot pull this
I
bit off.
always eat on air.
And
when
I
I
just
have the
like to say
option.
that
that's
Jason
true.
and Molly look fantastic in their Minnesota Pubcast T-shirts.
Which, by the way, after tonight, I will be giving to almost anyone who wants it because it's really weird to wear your own
Giveaway.
shirt.
Free
But
giveaway.
Looks
This
good.
shirt is definitely going to somebody else who also loves the show and wants to publicize
Jason,
it.
you have to keep
Can't
it
wear your
for
own
other
shirt.
events.
Can't wear your own shirt. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
I'm
I'll
definitely
make another one for
keeping
the
mine.
events.
Jason,
but
no
I
one
want
even-
I want other than me, someone to push this shirt on and somebody else to ask them about it.
Okay, I like
you
that
know what I
idea.
mean?
Why don't we mass produce them and just hand them out to people?
Now we're
Yeah.
talking. On-air production meeting. Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we got the printing press is all ready to go, so when we do
It
them,
is
it's
nice.
going to
We
be
already
way
have it
cheaper.
Oh,
ready.
this is
Yep.
great. Brandon's taking pictures of me with my mouth open, shoving
Shoving
rice.
food in our mouth. This is great radio.
Great radio.
Great pod.
That was the best. I just hijacked the show, started interviewing people.
I
No,
do
it was
that weird
awesome. You got
model
just enough
face.
time to take some bites of food.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh, this is awesome.
I'm
All
going to
right.
get some topics here once I stop
These
eating.
crab cakes are incredible.
Yep. Those look so good.
Everything
And
looks good.
The jambalaya and the shrimp. I don't know what that was, but that the little bit of
Gumbo,
rice,
shrimp
the shrimp
gumbo.
gumbo and the jambalaya.
Yeah, gumbo, yeah.
So good. It has
Everything
just like
is
the
so good.
right amount of spice, not too spicy, just perfect, which is exactly what I need. Oh, it's so good.
Just in a little ramekin, you get enough to really know that this shit is good.
So great and
Um,
fresh. Not weird. Like, you know how Minnesota seafood can be a little iffy.
Totally.
Like where it's flying in.
Taking it's
You're
a little
it's
ways
not
away.
like it's not it's not right on it's picking it up from the Pacific in my fishing boat. But this is
Pass
really
that down
really
to
good.
Catherine. Let
Okay.
her go nuts on that. God, everything is good here. Cafe Carib, get down here. We do have actual topics though tonight, not just fair related, because I want to do the show that we normally do, but do it at the fair. So, but I want to know, Molly, do you want to talk about? I really want to tell you about Mr. Robot. I know you're not watching it yet, but there's a lot of interesting things just about it, and I want to get other people to want to watch it, and I
Okay.
think this will.
Sure.
We can do that, or we can get into the dating thing.
I
Where
think
do you
we
want to
should
go
just go
first?
straight dating because
Okay.
we got a bunch of single people here.
That's true,
Actually,
that's
you know
true.
what? 1, 2, 3, 6 of us are. I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak for you guys, but I'm pretty sure we're all single here.
Everybody at this table is single?
I think every single person at this table. I don't know if is Grant single. Grant's single. There we go.
Well, interesting, because we have 4 guys and 2 chicks, and that is definitely not the statistics that I was reading about. And I didn't say interesting for the reasons you guys are giggling about, you weirdos. What I'm saying is, did you read this with the story I put up about there's more educated women than men right now?
No,
In
but
the-
I would love
okay.
to hear this.
So this is really fascinating to me. But right now, and I want to pull up this quote, but there's way more college-educated women than men between 22 to 29. Now, that's a little old for me. You know, I like women younger than that, but
All right,
I'm
don't.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Fucking
Jesus
creep.
Christ. All right, so here's the stat. But anyway, but what I find interesting about this is because we've been talking about, and I thought it was more both sides with apps like Tinder and Match and all this stuff, the online dating, that we all have so many options,
Yep.
and we all feel like, well, there's always somebody better, and that is what makes dating really hard because then you feel like you're settling if you ever stay with somebody at all, right? So what this article is saying though
I mean,
is
I don't feel that way, but I think at some
no,
point
I think a
people
lot
do
of
start
people
to
do,
feel that
right?
way.
Yeah,
Right.
And I think that what you're seeing now is men actually are right when they say there's too many women, and it's what they compare this to is. I don't mean too many. Don't get me wrong. There's never too many, but
There are too many women out there.
they compare it to
There's
World
just
War
not
I.
enough pussy.
There's never enough. No, they compare it to like World War I and World War II when you had so many people die, so many men die, millions and millions of men die. So you had this where men were able to, in the 20s, so we're talking World War I for sure, but in the 20s, men were able to go, I'm not going to settle. I want to fling. And that does not happen most of the time through history. We're in a new wave of this, where it's a different wave because now we're talking education, but women that are educated, and there are more of them, as we're saying, than men, they don't want a dude with no college education. They want a guy that's equal to them or better,
That's true.
so do guys, which is fucking awesome for us because you can be like me and not have a degree, and there's all these chicks with degrees just trying to find some dude on Tinder.
That's true. I mean, it's hard because
It's horrible, but it's great.
No, I don't think it's. What do you mean it's horrible?
It's horrible that I honestly would rather have to say, no, I mean, I think we've established this on the show. I would much rather have a girlfriend than play the Tinder game forever. But this is adding to the, even if it's not even real, just this perception that you can always find somebody better, and that's fun on one hand, but also awful on the other.
Okay, and I think a lot of women would agree with me in saying, yeah, we prefer, us educated ladies prefer a man who is educated and well-read, but at the same time, someone who's intelligent and driven can go in line with someone who's educated and can also be separate. Like, as I could meet someone, they could not have a college education, but they could be, really hard workers and have their own startup or whatever it is. I'm just giving specific
No, you can
examples.
do a lot of things without a college degree.
You can, and I think that's the most important is what I think the drive and the intelligence is more important than the college education. Oh my gosh, she's got we have a first-time fair goer here.
You're the best.
She's
Sweet Martha's free cookies. You can't beat this.
Oh, she's never had.
Oh, she's got to grab like a handful.
So much. Have another one.
Have to. She's never had Sweet Martha's.
You actually need another.
I'll take three. Thank you so much.
No, but you need one more. You're a tripod right now. You need to have another one.
There you go. Perfect. I'll take one too.
Thank you.
We got a sweet.
Now you have to have 3. You're getting you're at one.
All right. I got two.
Yes,
Perfect. Thank you.
No, you have to have another one. We never want a lopsided ball sack.
Oh, no lopsided ball sacks. We
No
just
one?
said the best Sweet Martha's cookies just came over.
No one gets more
And
free
handed us-
plugs at the Minnesota State Fair than Sweet Martha's, and they deserve
my God.
every last one. And be careful, though, because when they give you a bucket of these and you can just go at them,
And then you stop
you
at
will
the
want
Kemp's
to die
booth.
halfway through, I'm
Right.
telling you. But they're so
You get
good
the
up
milk.
until then.
And you get the free milk over at the Kemp's booth. Actually, the dollar milk, but it's unlimited dollar milk.
These are incredible.
Aren't those insane?
You know they cleared $3 million last year?
Isn't
That's
that
fair.
I mean,
Like profit, not
I
total
know.
revenue.
It's insane how much these people make. I know the people that own the Fresh French. Patrick's got some. Oh
Little
my God,
technical
that is so
difficulty
funny.
here.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Those fucking headphones
The
are awful,
Fresh
by the
French
way.
fry booth makes. I mean, they make $1 million profit every year easily.
Oh yeah. No, that's why you can live off of 12 days a year once you get in this place and you get established.
It's pretty cool. But anyway, back to dating.
No, yeah.
'Cause
So
that's the crew of
after
all
we
of
get
our problems.
interrupted by more food, and that's just how the fair is.
That's totally fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, what I was going to get at, though, is I just think that, in general, women are, I mean, fuck, we're too...
But you don't want a dummy either.
No.
I mean,
No. This is not where I'm going at all. I absolutely want a college-educated woman. That's why I'm saying this is a great thing for guys like me. But what I think, especially since women up until the last couple of generations didn't go to college and it wasn't a thing, it was stay-home mom, blah, blah, blah. It's now, wait a minute, I've gone through all this shit and all this feminist stuff, and we've changed the world in such a way that now I'm supposed to still go back and date a guy that hasn't even done what I did.
Right.
So I think that the stigma is so different. Like, a guy can be with a girl that's not college educated, and
Absolutely.
nobody, especially his guy friends, are going to say,
No.
shit, she's hot.
Absolutely not.
But it's totally reversed the other way. It doesn't even matter how good looking the guy is. In fact, if the guy's really good looking but not college educated, the girls probably, your friends are going to probably be like, why are you just with him for his looks, or what has he done?
Dude,
so I do
sure.
think that there's going to be a negative impact for a lot of men too, because or you're just going to have to put up with it, which sucks. That sucks.
Yeah,
that's not how you want to date.
No, that's not how you want to date. I get that comment a lot from my friends, and I appreciate it because that's how I feel. And they're like, you need someone just as smart or smarter than you. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep looking for a while then. Because that's not. I think I'm pretty smart. I think I'm like, if I were to compare the world's population to my intelligence, I think I'm in like the top 5%.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys.
But you think-
Hold
how
on. I
dumb-
was going to at least
how dumb is
automatically go
everybody?
top 50. I mean, real
What do you mean,
fast. Top 50.
Top 50?
Top 5.
Yeah,
That's
top
anybody's
5.
pushing it at that point. You're a 5%er. You're
I
a
think
5%er.
I might be a 5%er.
Yeah, right.
That's
I call
why Molly
shenanigans.
is on the Pubcast, because we
Yeah.
are both so fucking full of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's perfect. You got a little chocolate on your lip
Oh.
there, Patrick. You might want
It's
to finish
okay,
that
leave it
cookie
there.
a little
That's
bit.
your. That's you know.
I'm like a lower 95% kind of guy, but we're getting a lot of free pub
Wait a minute,
here.
that's what you lay, or that's what you are?
That's what I go for. That's what I shoot for, the lower 98%. No,
the
I
lower
don't.
98%. That's a lot
That's
of people.
still shooting pretty high,
That's
actually,
still
for
shooting
some,
pretty
too.
high.
Yeah, you know.
You might
You're
want to
still
go back to
pretty
like
good
the
there.
bottom 40 or
I was
something.
just talking about intelligence. I don't know. I'm thinking there's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
thought-
dumb people
oh,
out
okay,
there.
I got
But
it.
we can talk about girls if you want, Patrick.
I was making
That's fine.
sales for the Pubcast here from the Piranha
yeah.
Pubcast.
So how are we
Thank you.
doing
So
here
you
with
think
our
that
live broadcast?
That I was a 95, then you went in terms of looks, and you go, oh God,
No, I thought-
shit, oh
I
no,
thought you would only go
Jesus,
for the
Molly.
top 5%.
Oh no, I wouldn't know.
You know, because you seem, you know.
No, I wouldn't.
No,
go
she's
for
just
like,
saying she herself isn't in the top 5%.
I just think that there's a lot of
'Cause we're
dumb
very,
people out there.
humble on
And I
this
think
show.
if you were to actually compare the average citizen's IQ to ours.
Have you ever had an IQ test? You ever
I
actually
have.
done it? Well, were you? I'll tell you right now, I haven't, so I can't compare. But
I was pretty high.
I was high too. I had one too. I was really high. Remember our mutual friend
I was
would always
super.
brag
No,
about
I
his?
was.
You got.
I had 20.
Hey, that's
Pretty
pretty.
good.
I have no fucking idea what my
It's
IQ
such a
is.
weird test too. Not to derail the show again, but there's all these like weird questions with these blocks.
the
and you gotta
pattern
put these shapes
of the
together
next
and
block?
then like matching words. It feels like you're a 5-year-old.
I think
But
we
that's
should
why
all
it's
take the
intellect,
Mensa
not
test.
intelligence, right?
But you know that the new standard for all that is the emotional quotient, the EQ instead of IQ.
How emotionally
your,
stable
your
you are?
emotional intelligence.
Oh,
Your
I'm
emotional
fucked on that
intelligence.
one. I'd much
No,
rather
I
go
think
with the
I think
IQ.
you're good. You can read
Jason's
people. You
still
can
in
act.
the womb.
Yeah, no, I'm so emotionally not developed.
He's inept.
I don't agree. What do you think? You think he's emotionally?
Catherine just
challenged?
met him, so this
Oh.
is a good.
I was gonna say I don't know if she can judge yet.
I don't know if I can judge yet.
You can feel free to though.
No, give me like another hour or two.
Once we're done with the
All
show.
right, this could be a long show. So really, that was all I wanted to go with that because we've been talking about this for pretty much since we started the show.
Okay, I'm not trying to be not humble.
Oh no,
I'm not trying
and
to be
I'm
vain, but I'm
fucking
just
with
saying
you.
when
God.
you think, when you really think about like your intelligence though, and
Oh,
you look,
top
think of
0.1%,
all the people
easily.
in the whole
Top
world, you're like,
0.1%.
I'm pretty.
0.1%. Me.
I'm successful.
You point,
right?
Yeah.
I'm
0.8.
here.
Sure.
I'm alive. I'm doing better than others.
No, honestly, that's kind of why we do this show
God,
is because
give me a beer and a chicken wing, and I don't seem so
are we
smart. but whatever.
posing here quick?
Oh, what's this?
We got more picks.
Cafe Carib, we love them. Best food around.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
dead air.
Yeah, no, hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey, we're at the fair.
This is what live broadcasts are like, especially in a huge crowded place like this.
I really like our T-shirts, though, you guys.
These are awesome. No, is this all you or who
Yeah,
put these together?
our Alive and social media coordinator, Kimberly, she one of her friends. So we're going small business here, local business. She runs a T-shirt company out of her house, does them in
cool.
the basement. So we're in for Pubcast shirts. We got Twin Cities Hit Show shirts. We got all the Alive and Social shirts. So
we need more of these.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll get
you
more.
can easily sell these for $25-30 a pop.
I mean, obviously, who wouldn't
I'm
buy
obviously
that?
kidding. All right. Where are we on the fucking time? I don't have any idea how many minutes we're into the show. Okay.
We got like 15 minutes
We got
left.
some time. Why don't you let us know about that in a
Actually-
second here? I want to preview what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about Mr. Robot, and not in a way that you that haven't watched it won't be able to listen, because I know that not everybody watches the shows that we watch. But this relates to the terrible events that happened yesterday,
some beer?
the terrible shooting in Virginia. And I have a couple of things I want to
No,
play,
you don't want any
too.
beer?
Could you stop talking
I'm
over me
sorry.
about beer? God.
It's gluten-free beer, though, from Cafe
You
Carib.
try the gluten-free beer and let me know how you feel. I know you love
You
gluten.
love gluten? Yeah,
Most
then
people
you're
do
gonna
love
hate
gluten.
that. No, I'm just
Producer
kidding.
Aaron.
I really want to hear what he thinks about this. That's the Pyro, right? Burning
Pretty good.
Brothers?
What is
Pretty
it?
good.
What's it similar to?
I'd say it's similar to like a Summit
Yep.
EPA.
Okay.
type of
And that's
deal.
exactly what they're going
Have
for
you tried the Bernie Bros, Catherine?
No, I haven't.
Give one to Catherine and see what she thinks.
It does taste like something really hoppy. It's got a good full body on there.
And
a lot
there's
of
no
body, a
gluten
lot
in
of
that beer.
content.
I mean,
why I hate
that is
it?
that's impressive. It's hard to do. That's hard to do.
It is
It's
hard
like
to
bread
do.
without gluten.
It's actually really good.
It's like sweet Martha's
it is
without
actually. It's
gluten.
very much like that. All right, so after we hear a little bit
my
about
gosh, look
shit,
at
we have
those.
more.
God.
I don't know. I can't. Well, maybe during the break. Yeah, why not? Give me one. Give me the ketchup one. Give me the ketchup one.
Still have lots.
Por favor. Thank you, man. More food for us on
And
the
these
old
are
live
Pirano
Minnesota
Pups,
podcast. We
which
got
there's
Pirano
a
Pups.
difference
Somebody-
between the competition.
Yes.
And we don't need to
they're
mention the
Pirano Pups?
competition.
No. What competition?
There is no competition.
There is none.
There you go,
Looking
Patrick.
good. Oh, I'll take it. I love me a Pronto Pub. Oh, it looks great, Grant.
That one
Is
looks
it
good.
Pronto?
Pronto.
Pronto.
Yeah. Like in
quick.
a second.
Pronto.
Quick.
Pronto Pub. Okay.
You want to tell us about that other show on the Live and Social Network before we take a break? Or
Yeah, I would love to. I'm sorry that we cut you off.
No, you do it all the time. I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine. I'm used to women. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I've lived around women my entire life. I'm used to being cut off and told to shut up.
In your how many years
And then just
now?
being handed food and said, here, now
Were
leave us
you
alone.
born Oh my God, you were born in the 80s, right?
1980, yeah. Just
This-
on the break.
You were 90s?
So no, I was in 90s, but it was funny because I was sitting at my
I was 90s.
Nice.
You were 90?
I was 1990.
Oh, just a kid.
Aaron's like 2000s.
No, he's not. Aaron's my age. Okay, so I was at my association meeting with the people that live in my condo association, and we were talking about something that came out in 1991, and my neighbor who just bought her first house goes, "That's when I was born," and I was like, "Oh, fuck." Okay.
I don't want to. All right.
She goes,
No
"I was
comment.
financed. I was born in 1991." I was like, "Oh shit."
Wait, she bought a house?
Yeah,
Got a
she bought
house?
a house.
11
You would
years
like her,
fucking army,
Jason.
she's got a house?
She's super
Fuck her.
cute.
I already hate her.
She's super hot. You like her.
All right, let's talk.
Okay.
Yeah, off air.
So as you know, we are part of the wonderful Alive and Social Network, and it is a network that is very rapidly growing, which is super exciting because we have
One way
lots
to
of
put
fun
it.
new shows. What?
That's one way to put it.
What other
It's
way would you
rapidly
put
growing.
it?
No, that's not where would I
God.
put it.
These other shows don't fight as much as our show.
No.
So if you want wonderful peace
I would hope to
and
doubt
interesting topics that don't fight like Jason and I do, I really highly encourage you to tune into Your Geek running. I'm
You
like
guys
a
are
fitness
geeks
geek.
about TV shows. You two.
For
are
sure,
total
we definitely
geeking
are.
out.
I love
Yeah.
like fantasy TV shows like Game of
Totally.
Thrones, and then that goes into the movies. Jason, you're a geek about I don't know.
I'm a golf geek. I'm a sports geek.
Are you really a golf geek?
I
We've
watch-
never gone golfing together, which I think is super funny.
Well, that is crazy. But yeah, I play all the time, and what makes me the geek about it is I watch it all the time. I will watch it every weekend.
You do? That's what I
Why?
nap to because it's the most
Great way to
relaxing
fall
nap
asleep.
you will ever have in your whole life.
Hungover on a Sunday, the best ever.
Well, thankfully, Alive and Social has a show for us geeks. It's called Your Geek Show. It's hosted by Miss Shannon Paul.
And I gotta tell you guys, Miss Shannon Paul is the funniest lady ever. She's a stand-up comedian. She does comedy all over town. She's on the Twin Cities Hit Show. She's a very, very funny lady. She does really great
I
stand-up.
didn't know that.
Yeah, she's
I
really,
need to
really,
meet
really
Shannon.
funny.
And
she
then-
jumped my car once.
Oh, nice. That's even better. Someone who jumps your car is very trustworthy.
Totally.
And I had her read this one because of this name.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jayton Satia?
Is that right?
correct?
Is that because we asked for a
Perfect.
pronunciation? I figured that was
Perfect.
about what it was.
Perfect.
But
You nailed it, Molly.
Awesome. And then Rob Callahan. It's a weekly pod talking music, movies, and pop culture through their geek perspective because everyone is a geek about something, which I completely agree with. Check it out weekly at aliveandsocial.com.
Just me. Yeah, my computer's like frozen. They're down. I have the worst computer luck. I'll just edit the breaks in right after the show. This break. Hey, Mary. How's it going?
We had to play this because it's the fair, and it's so fitting. He's Alan Jackson will be here next week, I believe.
Every once in a while, some good Alan Jackson is all you need.
Well, when I hear this, I think of partying when I was not partying, obviously, because I wasn't partying, but when I was 12 years old and my parents would have people over or be up at the neighbor's house having some beers, it'd be Alan Jackson and just Garth Brooks and a bunch of other music that I would never really choose to listen to, but of all the music you wouldn't necessarily choose to listen to and be forced to listen to, it's right up there. It's great. So that right there is for my mom, right there. Alan Jackson for mommy.
Melt my free liberal heart.
All right. I want to talk about Mr. Robot real quickly. And do we have the audio that I need ready?
Jason loves this show.
A few seconds, just kind of give it a few seconds.
No, I can preamble, but I just want to know that we've got it ready. Okay. So this show, as we've talked about now for the last at least 6 weeks, is
really, we brought it up twice, Jason.
Well, no, but I mean it's over the last 6 weeks. Okay, sure. It's so different than anything else on TV right now. So well done. Not maybe poignant is the word, but it really is
poignant.
It's hitting issues that are straight up going on in the world
I
right
watched
now.
of it is poignant.
Have you only seen the first one still?
Yeah.
Okay. So it talks. I mean, we're cybercrime and all that kind of stuff is very relevant. You've got hi,
friend.
People that are so sick of our government that they would be willing to tear it down, which is kind of also where this show goes eventually.
Love this show. This
I love that part of it.
Jack off to the
but,
show.
Yeah, I do a little. But the thing about this show too is
Aaron
that it likes to.
Aaron's not used to our vulgarity, I don't think.
He works with the other guy on the network. I think he's used to some vulgarity.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be afraid of that. Okay. A lot of shows. Okay, not the new thing, but the thing for most shows has always been have a twist, have a cliffhanger at the end of episodes or end of seasons. Been done forever, and this show has done at least 3 in their first season.
Okay.
Where you watch the episode and go, oh, like what? Where are you going with that? Like, what a stupid fucking twist! Or you're kind of angry at it, or you're going, how can this possibly end up good? And
not no, I can't wait for next week.
It's not. It's kind of the opposite of that.
That was fucking dumb.
It's where, Game of Thrones or whatever, it's every cliffhanger is, I'm going to bring you to the end of it. What's that?
Yeah.
No, you're more than welcome.
Down, girlfriend. You're good.
I want to play it in a second. But what this show does is it puts, thank you very much, it sets you up with a cliffhanger that you don't necessarily, you never saw coming and never wanted to either.
Right.
And what they do is the next week, thank you, they come back and they save themselves.
Sure.
And
because that's what a good show does.
But I don't know if I've ever seen a show go this far, though, where you're going, oh, my God, this is so out of bounds. I mean, Christian Slater is on the show, and just that alone kind of makes me think that they could always fuck it up.
Great.
No, but it's so easy to fuck that up. So what they did this week, and this was going to be the season finale this week, and I was super excited to see it, but apparently it was too close to what happened in Virginia yesterday. And I just want to just on that. Hopefully, Molly, you agree with me on how we handled this, but. Never on a talk show that I've hosted or co-hosted and had input on, I don't mention the names of any of those killers, and I don't even really want to talk about them. I will mention the news story itself and always give the condolences to the families, but as far as the shooter or whatever is concerned, they can go fuck themselves.
I honestly don't even know his name.
Don't know his name either.
But I think that's important to note from other shootings I've seen in the past is you see these names splashed across, and I don't know if this is a shift or if this is just the specific instance, but I have not seen the splashing of this man's name like I have others, and I think there's been a lot of outcry to not do that.
Yeah, I hope we're coming around. I mean, Columbine should have taught us all a lesson, and it's how many years later?
And to be clear, I don't want to get into this too much tonight because this is
it's light. We're at the fair, yeah.
But a lot of people. Someone will tweet out. A politician will tweet out. Well, it's time for change. It's time to make it. I completely agree. I think at this point in America, we politicize the shit out of every single murder, and every time something happens with a mass murder and a gun, say this needs to stop, and what can we do to make it stop? I agree with that. I think we need to stop spreading the murderer's name.
Yes. No,
So,
I think that.
anyway,
and
that's
hopefully
all I
that
have to say
is
about
catching
that.
on. I think it is too.
And I still get that every time. I still see that every time on Twitter. Like Hillary Clinton just tweeted, we need to make a change, and someone was like, "Oh, fuck you for politicizing this." 2 minutes later, and I was like, "Well, you know what? Every politician should do that."
Well, everything is political too.
Yeah, it is.
Everything,
And
is
everything is
politics.
political.
What is politics if not life?
That's true.
So anyway,
So they put it on hiatus because of the shooting.
yes. So they took the week off, and nobody seems to be clear about whether or not they're going to actually edit the episode for next week.
Okay.
Or if they're just going to air it as is, but just kind of give everybody a break.
Give everyone a little
Which
space.
That's actually almost a topic in and of itself. I mean, if there's something about a reporter getting shot on live TV, you got to edit that out. You have to take it out, don't you? You can't play that the week after it happened, do you?
Because shootings happen everywhere now, I'd say run it.
I'd say run it too. It was pre-shot. It wasn't like after then they made it.
Right. But I mean,
I don't think. I think Mr. Robot is the type of show that's probably doing this to make a political statement or to make a statement in general about guns. And if you're doing it right, I think leave it in. Because this happens everywhere.
I guess what I read from a guy who has seen the episode, like a critic or something, get an advanced copy.
Yeah.
He said you can edit it and still keep the content.
Okay.
So
well,
if you can
fine.
do that, yeah, I think.
That's
I mean,
fine.
why
I don't think we need to relive the moment if it's not essential to the storyline. Let's not relive what just happened. But
and to go with the flip side of that, which the point you kind of just made too, though, is it's art, and it already was made before this happened. And I really don't think anybody that's in the family or that cares about these people that were unfortunately gunned down in Virginia is going to watch this show. Right. They've heard this now. They're not going to go in and tune in and be like, "Oh, is this really like it?" Or and then go on social media and break down the specifics. I really fucking hope that would never happen. But and I don't. God, what I wanted to talk about was how in Fight Club, as you do remember the final scene.
Yeah.
Let's play that real quick. So it's a short, minute clip. Let's play that final scene of Fight Club real quick, because this touches in with Mr. Robot too.
Yes, but it's okay. Marla, look at me. I'm really okay. Trust me. Everything's gonna be fine.
Can you picture this in your head right now? All the buildings exploding as they are staring out the window of the skyscraper? Okay, so we can bring that down now. But the point of playing that is that... Hold on. You don't even know where this is going.
great song, by the way.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
But what is significant about that is that is how you end Fight Club, which is a movie about revolution, about basically blowing up the whole system, which is where this show is also coming from. So what I like about this is what they did was they played on this the last episode, the one that I've seen, not the final episode of the season. But have you heard the piano version of that song? Have you ever heard it's just piano?
Sure.
Have you heard it?
I can picture my head.
I bet you
have.
have. No, it's not a super popular song.
Well, it's the piano
but
version of the song.
What they did, and you don't even have to necessarily play it, but in Mr. Robot, they played that in this final scene where you're setting up the stage for this revolution thing, and it was a way of saying here's a props to former art that was also awesome,
right?
And now we're taking it to the next level.
I like that.
I fucking loved everything about it. And again, people, this is on USA. Like, there's so much good TV out there. Even USA is making good television. The last thing we need to talk about, then we're going to get out of here and go drink some fucking beers. The Black Lives Matter protest, which is going to happen Saturday. I don't know if you've been reading about it. Obviously, you're aware that it's happening. But where do you...
Saturday, Minnesota State Fair.
They're going to block out. They're going to block Snelling. What do you think about the fact that they were offered a booth and said they didn't want it?
Here's what I'm worried about. I think this is an incredibly important issue, and I think in order to achieve the things that we achieved back in the 1960s with the civil rights movement, I think there needs to be a similar kind of stopping normal life and making everyone take a pause and recognize what's happening around them. My problem with this is that, not because it doesn't bother me, I like protests, I like things that stop and make people think, but I'm worried that this is going to turn more people against the cause, and the only thing I want right now is for people to be for this cause.
What I want to, and we should get one of these guys on next week. We can even after the fair be fun, because I get the whole thing of, well, if we have a booth, you can easily walk by that and not care. But if we block Snelling and stop 30,000 people from easily being able to get into the fair, you're going to get way more publicity. Like when they shut down 35W, that was a huge story. Now, most of the reaction that I saw was, these fucking assholes, I can't get to work, or they stopped me from blah, blah, blah. It was this inconvenience. And the people that have been so worried about, oh, you're going to stop my fair on Saturday, I get that that's annoying, but are you kidding me, though, when you compare it to the cause?
Right.
Like, you're fucking, you can't get your corn dog early enough? Shut the fuck up. Like, I just can't get upset about that.
But that's true. It's what is more effective to get people on your side and to ignite change in modern society? Is it something quiet like a booth and having like intelligent conversations with people? Dialogue. Or is it stopping the fucking Minnesota get together? And making people really pissed off. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
And I think you got to know your audience a little bit. And when you think about, I mean, don't get me wrong, we come to the fair and we love the fair, so we're not, there's obviously not everybody is stereotypical here, but the stereotypical fairgoer does not want any kind of protest, much less a racial one.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's not what they're here for. So I think that unfortunately, they might be hurting their cause by doing this.
I'm afraid of that, too.
And I really hope that this actually does produce something. You know what? The way this will be positive, possibly, is if it creates national attention.
Yeah, it would.
But locally, I think you're fucking yourself, more or less.
Yeah, it's a really fine line, because I totally believe in protests and big statements of I don't even know what to say. I mean, of like human rights. This is really what it comes down to. But how do people respond nowadays? I don't know anymore.
I think they're looking for trouble on Saturday, but we will find out. It's going to be interesting. I don't think I want to come here on Saturday, I'll tell you that much. I don't think I'm going to make it in.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be it. Do we have the clothes, or do we not have it on there? If we don't, all right, that's fine. We'll get it in there later.
Deal. It's R2D2, right?
This has been the Minnesota Pubcast live from Cafe Caribe at the Minnesota State Fair.
This has been so much fun,
We hadn't done this
dude.
in so long. We haven't been on location in such a long time.
Oh, my God. Patrick has
stick.
a fucking selfie stick. This is amazing.
I have to say, it's the first time I've ever been photographed on a selfie stick. That was the first time.
So cool. Okay, one more, Patrick.
Hopefully the last time, but we'll see. We'll get that up. We'll get that up there on all of our social media.
That was great radio.
Oh my God.
That was wonderful.
I just want to say, I want to say thank you to Patrick Desher. I want to say, did I say your last name right?
Yep.
I've known you for so long. Perfect. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Aaron Tro. Both these guys have been here tonight producing all day for different shows, correct? And are finishing up with us. Aaron just goes no.
Patrick's been here all day.
Aaron's been having fun, but Patrick's been here all day.
On time as usual. Jackie Nielsen, General Manager, Live and Social Network. She's out here all day.
You are always on time per usual, as well as Jackie. And my co-host Jason, thank you, and thank you to my friend Catherine for being my buddy.
For putting up with us for that hour.
And for putting up with us for an hour and sitting here. And this has been so
Cafe
much fun.
Caribe for having us. Thank you so much. I've always loved this place. Never thought I'd be doing a podcast here,
but
is
crazy.
It was awesome too.
This is kind of a dream come true for me right now. I'm having so much fun.
Well, there you go. Next week, we're right back. We might have a Black Lives Matter activist or something. We will definitely talk about that protest and much, much more, including the finale of Mr. Robot, too. Next week on the Minnesota Pubcast. Thanks for listening.
See ya.